Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night to each and every one of you in the building watching all of that good stuff. We are here. We are here for yet another exclusive interview, as only I can do that here on L2027. And we're going to be talking today with yet another cast member of Real Life and Philanthropy. So, without further ado, I'm not going to, belabor the issue, elongate this intro or whatnot. Um, you know, he, notches really, really high on the cuteness, spectrum or whatnot. So we'll enjoy this interview. Get your glasses ready. I know some of y'all say it's real early for a glass. It's never too early for a glass. Go ahead and have a glass with me. We at least waited to the afternoon. Anyway, let me go ahead and bring on this young man. And da, 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 we have none other than Daryon
What's
from Real Life
tea?
Excellence. Hey, hey now,
Hey,
how art?
I am wonderful. How are you?
I am good. I am good. I am up. I am alive. I am vibrant. And I
Yes.
took like you when I grow up. I
Blessings,
might.
honey.
Hey to everybody in the chat. Hey everybody. Hey, what's going on? How are y'all? So this is always my first thing that I always ask people or say to people when they come on my channel. I don't care how big they are, I don't care how small they are, I always ask. If I do a Google search, You know how Google does the first thing that comes up is the Wikipedia
Hmm.
of somebody, the Wikipedia blurb, little paragraph that tells you a snapshot who the hell they are. Tell me what your Wikipedia blurb would say if I wanted to get a quick snapshot of who Daryon is.
So Daryon, in a paragraph form, he's from Alabama. He is thriving with HIV since 2017. Um, he's a Scorpio. He's a freak. Some call me shady and messy, but hey, you live, you learn. And I'm fun to be around.
Interesting. Well, this should be fun this today. This should be really fun. All right. So, did you watch season one? Let me start there before we get to all of this stuff that we're gonna get into about this season. Did you watch season one? Did you watch it in real time, like as the series as it was out there, or did you watch it afterwards and got caught up? Did you binge watch it after?
So, yes, I watched it in real time. Um, One of my friends who's a castmate this season is Jamie. He actually told me that he was going to be on the show. And so I started watching it just because he was on the show. And then as it started progressing on and on, okay, I like this. Real Life Philanthropy. Um, what really got me in tune with the show is where Gerald and Jerome were bashing Malik on his status. And me being that person living with the HIV, I was like, oh girl, hold on, wait a minute. I don't like stigmatizing ass bitches. So I would talk to Jamie and I would tell Jamie, hey, talk to your friends. Girl, what they're saying on the show is not cute, it's not culture, girl. They need to fix
Oh,
that.
now,
So
now,
Jamie and I actually had a conversation and he said that he was educating the girls behind the scenes. So yes, I watched season one before I became a cast member.
I remember having a whole meltdown on one of my reviews last
You
when uh
have.
when they had that whole thing. Remember they were looking at him
Or his
his,
OnlyFans. I'm talking
only
about
face.
that's no
They were
condom. There's
having
no
that
condom.
whole
Bitch.
situation. Baby, I had to
Girl.
come on screen and drag them for everything. I said, this is not
I
1982.
was pissed off that episode.
What are y'all living in? Girl,
They must not know what you because you mean.
child. Anyway, so I take it you ain't watched none of my reviews. I'm glad you ain't watched none of my reviews, so that way you don't have to think I'm some big horrible person. I watched it. I really have. All right. So, and I did you well at least I did interview Jamie last season too. We
Yeah, I watched that one.
had a great interview. All right. What are your assessments from last season? Give me your own little mini review or rehash of season. What did you think of season one when you saw the storyline, the cast members, the whole production? What was your thoughts of season one
So
down there?
season one, when I first saw the trailer, I was like, okay, this will be cute. There's drama, philanthropy going on. And then as it unraveled, I was like, wait a minute, there's more a Malik show, not because of him, but there's more of a Malik show than the real life philanthropy show, due to Gerald and Jerome throwing shade and keep using him as a storyline about his status. And then I was like, okay, I see Jamie, she's doing her thing. And I did tell her, I think she was like on the fence between Malik and freaking Frat. I did
Mm,
tell him that. I was like, hey, Miss Thing, I'm gonna need you to clear that up. It don't look
especially
it don't look good for you.
when they went out of town to New Orleans and they tried to call
Jamie
Jamie out
to
and
yeah.
tried to play both sides. I was
I was
like,
like, Miss Thing, this not look good. Me as a
oh,
viewer, I was like, baby, you need to fix that up. Like, you can't play both sides of the fence. But he and I had a conversation about that. But I liked it. I liked there was more philanthropy last season. Um, Especially on like Jamie's side, he showed like what he did. And Gerald did show what he did as well. And Apollo, he had a hint of philanthropy. So I like that the show revolves around philanthropy, which I'm a part of.
Okay, we'll get there. We'll get there. So is Jamie the reason you're on season two?
Yes, he is the reason. I told him that after viewing last season and see all that stigmatizing ass shit about HIV, I told him, hey, I want to be on the show. I got to I need to combat what they said about HIV, and I feel like Malik being the only person who's openly honest about his status, I feel like they was like ganging up on him. So now that I'm on the show, I feel like he has like an advocate on his side as well. So he won't have no one to say, okay, double teaming him. So he actually got me into the connection with the producer, and that's how I'm on the show.
Okay. Um, and that's how you guys. So you went and talked to production, and production,
Yes, I said I don't like what's going on. I need to be on the show.
and production just said, "Okay, cool. You on the show just like
Yeah, yes,
that.
come on, Miss Mamas.
You ain't have to go and go in the bathroom and
I
do
don't
that.
do that. I don't not people doing that shit, but I don't
I
suck
ain't
dick
talking about
for.
drugs. You ain't have to get no hand jobs, no little
Ah,
sloppy, no little bumping that.
I
Hey,
did it the legitimate way. I had my
no, let me
audition
check your
tape
book.
submitted. I don't do that. I don't knock the girls for doing that,
I'm just joking. I'm just joking.
but I don't do
Be
that.
honest. Production, y'all executive producer is really good. He's really professional. He's really nice. So I do appreciate about that.
He
That about
is.
y'all EP. He's behind the scenes. You ain't gonna never see him except for but that he is very professional. I do
Yeah.
appreciate about him and so forth. So when you first came on, now if I feel like you came on later because when they originally put out like a promo for the season two cast, I don't remember you being on that original promo. Maybe
The the pictures.
it was the original when no when they started doing the individual pictures you were on there, but they like before that they did like a picture with like everybody on the original cast.
Mhm.
I mean on the season two cast, and I don't. I'll go have to go back and check the
No,
Instagram, but I was on that
I'm
original one.
not
But
in that picture. I think you're referring to. I'm considered a friendly show. I was offered the position as a full time castmate, but I declined the offer due to personal issues that I have going on. So I declined the offer. Some people was denied the offer.
okay,
But yeah, so I'm considered a friend of the show at the moment.
you're gonna be the Marlo Hampton the
Yes, honey. I'm gonna get my peach sometime
fashion
soon.
worker. Your fashions be with Marlo got a peach now. Y'all can't talk
Yeah,
about
but
Marlo.
she waited. She got it late in the
I
season,
mean,
honey. Might as well be sooner than
I
later.
think she got her a peach. I mean, I guess better late than never. Hell,
I mean,
if
that's true too.
yeah, and Eva can get a peach, I mean, Marlo, what does that say about you? But that's a whole different story, dear God.
Yeah, I mean, hey, somebody got to tell.
Anyway, so we're in season two. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
everybody's here.
Mm-hmm.
What do I have to look for from you in season two? Because before you answer, you got different roles that people play on reality. You
Mm-hmm.
got the messy one, the bone character. You got the nice one. That's Jamie. Jamie already got that spot as the nice one who go try to play both sides and go try to be everybody friend. You got the one who people consider the main character. Last people say that was Malik. I don't know if that's gonna be again this season. And then you got the one who always read your knuck if you buck, the knuck if you buck, you know, smart, and all of the different various positions. You know what they are. What is your role in this whole thing? Are you the shit starter, like what? And then you the instigator. You started off and then going having fun.
So I
But
feel like I'm a mixture. I'm the party one. I like to have fun. Um, I don't start. I don't know. I don't start the shit, but I will help finish it. People consider me to be the messy one or the bone carrier.
Do you carry
If I hear
bones?
something, I'm not fake. If I hear something and we all in the same circle, hey, this bitch said something about you, or I'll say, hey, this is what I said before I get back to you, twisted and turned. This is what Daryon McCurdy has said about you. 'Cause I like to be open and honest and upfront. Hey, I said this about you behind your back. This is how I said it. So when somebody else comes to you about the information, you're already aware.
So
So
you the
I'm
bone
the
carrier.
fun party person, but I can be the knuck of the buck, and you will see that on this season.
So you the bone carrier.
Yes, but in a good way. I don't do it to be like messy.
There's
I
the
do it
quick
to
carrier.
like make amends. I'm
Okay.
a lover and not a fighter, but I will fight for the ones I love.
Okay. Who don't you see it for?
There's one background actor on the show, Extra.
You background actor.
Yeah, I feel like he's a part of production. I don't know how he made it onto in front of the camera. But there's one person that I do not see it for. But I did at
Who
first.
is the person?
He's a friend of the show. His name is Devontae Collins. Better known as Scam Likely by me. That's my title for him.
Hmm.
I don't like that bitch. And for
Wait,
me, like
oh, damn, like,
in the beginning, I thought we was cool, but
wait,
something
wait,
happens.
wait, wait. You called this young man scam likely?
Scam
You
Likely, yes.
disrespectful.
Every time I see her on my phone, I think she would call on my phone. But yeah, I don't like her. At first, like
Her
me,
name
I
is
don't have
Devontae
issues with
Collins.
people.
Cameraman.
Hmm.
She's a cameraman.
Now, that's what I was told that she was holding a camera of some sort. I don't know, but at first I saw it for her. I thought it was been in friendship. Something happened, and then now I'm blind. I don't see it for her. So I,
Oh, did y'all have sex and then it didn't go well, and you were like, "Girl, I don't see what you can
she's not
do."
my cup of tea.
Oh,
Um, yeah, she's not my cup of tea. I like detox tea, not toxic tea.
you like who kind of tea?
I like detox tea, not toxic tea. So yeah.
Oh, let me take another drink. So Devontae, anybody else you don't see? Everybody else you like? Everybody else you
See,
see it for
everybody
them?
else I'm cool with. We may have like bumped heads once or twice, but we were adults and sit down and talked about it. She and I, we do words at each other, and you would see it. You would see it. This transition of
Mm.
everything.
I will see it and I will review it. Let me go on record now by saying, listen, don't get mad at me in a review if I have something to say. I just review and I just called it
That's
as
your job.
I can only go by what I see
And I
on
cannot fault you for that.
what makes it off the editing room floor. Now, if you edit it out to be, because a lot of times y'all see it at the same time as I do,
Yeah.
so I can't be blamed for what makes it off the editing room
Yeah.
floor.
I
So,
can't blame you either. All that
you know,
can do is like say, Darion, you should have said that, or you could have done better.
so Devon, anybody else? So you say everybody on the else on the show you cool with, y'all good, y'all singing kumbaya, y'all holding hands and all of that stuff.
I'm good with everyone else except that roach.
Anybody on? Wait, first question: are you single or are you dating?
I'm single and not ready to mingle
Anybody
at the
on
moment.
the show you see it for sexually?
Hmm.
Anyone on the show you see it for sexually? Well, y'all
No,
had
ma'am.
hey a bust down.
Uh-uh.
You don't see it for them girls? They too fishy for you.
No, for me, I'm the type of person I don't like to sleep with friends, and I consider them to be friends.
Oh,
And I don't look at them like that. I view them as friends slash
because there's a lot
co-workers.
of shows like this that things happen in the bedroom or a bust down to take place and like friendships and stuff go haywire because
Mm-hmm.
y'all had a romp in the hay or y'all had a threesome with, a mutual friend or something.
Mm-hmm.
It just go and it all goes topsy turvy. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I don't do that.
You just started this thing off by saying that you the freak of us
I
all.
am. Not with
Now,
them.
oh,
I'm a freak
all
now.
right. So, um, tell us about. We talked about. Well, let me ask you this: is Devontae the only person you get into drama with?
No. So, Roy and we bumped heads a few times. Well, it was like once or twice, but we bumped heads a few times. But it wasn't really he and I. It was just he was standing up for someone, I was standing up for someone, and that's how we clashed. And we like what we said to one another. But we were sitting down afterwards and had a conversation about why we bumped heads, and then we will make up. So he's the only person besides Devontae that I bumped heads with.
Now I know that you all are still currently filming season two.
Mm.
What I understand, I know y'all have the event. You're going to be at the event on the 28th?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna go. I've already, kind of committed myself. I said I'm gonna go, but check it out. I ain't gonna be on screen. Production, do not try to pan over and get me on
Go get
screen.
Ed he right there, y'all.
Production. Don't try to pan over real fast and get me on screen real fast. We ain't doing all that. Not on screen. But so I had an interview last week with Roshane. Did you see the interview?
Hmm.
Anything Roshane said in that interview that you was like, girl, you was putting 20 on 10, or girl, I don't see it for that, or girl, what was that about? Why did you say that? That's not how that went. Anything that you saw in that interview, because y'all was real active in the comment section, and I would like to know if there's anything that was said in that interview that made you go, hmm.
Mm-mm. I feel like everything that Jamie has spoken on was legitimate facts. I agree with everything he said on. Yeah, so everything that was said in the interview, I'm 100% behind.
Anybody get kicked off this season? Because last season we had people that was here on one episode, not here the next episode. We were conveniently editing around certain people, and I was like, "Girl, this is a masterful job
Not
at editing
Destiny Child.
around."
No, I would say we all made it to the end. I don't
Well,
know
you ain't
how
yeah, you
some,
still
I don't know
have
how one person made it, but we all made it to the end.
we ain't at the end yet. You still gotta more stuff to be filmed. We still gotta.
But I would say from my perspective, we all made it. I'll try to be positive. Hopefully
Mm,
we all make it.
still got a
I think we
reunion.
all made it.
Hopefully, I get an invite to this reunion so I can get
Child.
press
That's when
pass.
the tea gonna really be spilled.
Mm, hopefully, we won't have people taking bumps at the reunion, even though, uh,
He was not taking a bump. From what I was
baby, that
told,
woman
he
took
had
a
he
bump.
had a
Y'all
condom
need
in
to
his
stop
face.
that. That woman took a bump.
Woo!
O'Shea, listen, I asked my people afterwards, did they believe that? And everybody was like, we don't believe no parts of
So
that.
I
Mom
thought the
took a
same
bump.
thing watching it, and then when I reviewed it again, he did have on the arms on the couch. It was a graham cracker or whatever granola bar on the couch, the wrapper. So what Rose
Why
said
how
about it,
if I get to your nose?
he, I think he had a beard, didn't he? Mustache. So it was like probably crumbs. I don't know.
Cause he was
I'm
my
playing
went like
devil
this, like
advocate.
wipe your
I'm just
nose.
saying. I don't think he was doing the bump. I
Yeah.
wasn't there. I saw the rapper, so
Unless
hopefully
we snort granola bars now. I'm just cause mom was like, oh, your nose, girl.
it's natural. It is
Everything
natural.
natural be shoved up your nose either. Hell, cocaine is natural. Is it not from the earth? If we really
I
want to
don't think
go,
he was doing drugs. I'm
I
gonna say
mean,
that. I don't think he was
that
doing
made watch
drugs.
this. Just a lesson in science for most people. 60 to 75% of the vegetables that you eat are not natural on this earth. They were man-made. Stuff like broccoli and different types of characters.
Lettuce is one,
They
two.
are not
Rice.
real or natural things that are grown. They were synthetically made by human beings, and now you call it vegan and natural and stuff like that. It's not at all. That's a whole nother conversation. All right, let's get to the good stuff.
Okay.
Philanthropy. What do you do with philanthropy? What's your thing with philanthropy? And what do we have to look forward to you when you have your time to show philanthropic things
Okay.
on the show?
So before I joined the show, I used to be a part of a nonprofit called He's Valuable. I was a content creator on there, and then I left them to start my own nonprofit, and it's called the Children's Company. The Children's Company is dedicated to kids of the LGBT youth and allies, where they could be able to come to a center, be themselves without being bullied, with yeah, without being bullied, it's feeling like they could be themselves, and I wanted that to start. So me being on the show now, I came on the show with that mindset, and you will see throughout the season that I started a goal and I reached my goal on the show. So I can say that I'm incorporated now. The Children Company is incorporated. So 2022, I'm going to be branching out and doing more things to tie in with my nonprofit.
Okay. So, and I know one of the things that you have adamantly shown us this interview is you're passionate about HIV and AIDS awareness.
Mm-hmm.
And I found it, like you did, baffling to me that we had young gay men that still saw stigma in HIV and AIDS,
Mm-hmm.
and we are
Advanced
in
HIV.
2021 and 2020, and we still have young gay men that I mean, it baffles the mind because I'm of a certain age, you know what I'm saying? I'm not young no more, but I'm of a certain age. But my point being that even when I was young and coming up, like in my teens and in my 20s, I remember I was educated and knowledgeable about, hey, you don't have to die. It's not a death sentence and stuff like that. And there was nowhere near the amount of uh, advocacy, the medications, and all of the things that go into health care
Mm-hmm.
for the disease. And so my thing is, I tell people all the time, hell, somebody who has HIV, it's easier to live with that than it is diabetes, or high blood pressure. Let's just be very clear,
Yeah.
or sickle cell, or lupus. There are so many debilitating diseases that are out there that really cripples someone's life and livelihood. And for you to try to health shame someone who happens to be HIV or AIDS, HIV positive or have AIDS, or even if you allow yourself to get from the point of having HIV to having AIDS and not being able to get yourself out of that, that's just a fault of your own because
So the new
they're
term is
like,
that AIDS is advanced HIV, if I'm not mistaken.
well, no,
Um,
what happens is scientifically they categorize HIV as being AIDS when you
mhm.
get a certain
Level.
level with regard to your CD 4 count and different things like that.
Hmm.
And once you below a certain level, but even with that, even people who have what people traditionally call full blown AIDS,
Hmm.
even those people can go get treatment medications and they come out of that and become undetectable, so forth and so on, have
It's
great
possible. Yeah.
CD4 count. They raise their CD4 counts, their immune system can come back. They have medications and all that kind of stuff. So my point is that I don't see how that's a read anymore. And even with people with the way, let's be real and honest. These people live in the great city of Atlanta, Georgia.
So I would say this. With the heterosexual community, I hate to bring them up, but with the heterosexual community, far as black women sometimes, or these DL straight men. One minute y'all can be cool with a gay guy, but as soon a gay guy says something out the way or doesn't agree with how they think, oh, they consider it to be a faggot. It's like a quick jab. And I feel like in the black LGBT community, using someone's health status is like the the same thing. Oh, you get the package or you get the gift. So it's if that's the only thing you can read me on, baby, you don't have no reads. Your book is not open. And so, some of the things I was trying to combat from last season, the stigmatizing shit that was going on last season, I kind of encountered this season as well. This friend and I was supposed to be cool, and we came to odds. I asked him about it. He didn't like how things were going about, and then he tried to use my status against me. It said I'm one pill away from being dead, or he'll take me out before HIV does. I'm like, girl, that's the only thing you can say. Like everybody know I'm HIV positive. It used to be on my jack. It used to be on my grinder when I had it. But I'm open and honest about who I am, and using someone's status, it's a low blow in itself, and then it's a weak ass read. Read me on my finances. Read me on my apartment. Read me on something else that's surface. Don't try to read someone on that status. Because I feel like as a LGBT black gay guy, why were you trying to read someone else on that status? I just don't understand.
The thing about it is, to me, someone reading someone on someone's status, it says more about them than it does the person with the status. Because that's really not a read. There's no read there. There, you tell, oh, you want? They're not 1 foot from the grave. You might be 1 foot from the grave if you keep running your mouth like this. You know what I'm saying? But that's not. Nobody's 1 foot from the grave just because they're HIV positive. What? And so even when they were having a conversation, they were watching the little the OnlyFans. I've seen the OnlyFans as well. I saw all of that meat that was hanging on down there. I saw all of the meat there. I saw all of it. Praise God, from whom all blessings flow. Anyway, you said because someone is having unprotected sex that oh they should be doing that if they're HIV positive, when it's very widely known that people who are undetectable can have unprotected sex and not transmit. That's
That's
been
true.
known for several years now. That's just not a new phenomenon. That is several years now. Every medical association across the globe has said that for at least about a decade now. At
Yeah.
least. And so and then my thing about it is, let me hold on. Hold on. Let me take a drink before I say this. You, Gerald, and you, Jerome, over here trying to read somebody about having unprotected sex. Really? Y'all live
I
in a
would
great
say
city.
that there's more education that needs to be done within our communities. As far as the black LGBT community, I feel like there's more education that needs to be done. Had. Far as season one, there was stigmatizing shit going on. Now it's a little bit of it going on in this season. So I feel like there's more work that needs to be done
And
to
I'll say,
combat what's been shown.
and just to end that read, if people want to do health status reads, y'all going to HIV and AIDS, which is wildly treated and very. There are a whole lot of other things that y'all should be reading people about for having unprotected sex. You could be giving somebody Hep C. Hello, and could
Gonorrhea,
the whole liver. You could be giving somebody herpes, the herpes.
syphilis. Read
There's
me
no,
on that. Say
there is
something about
no
that.
cure
But don't try to read me
for
on
herpes.
HIV,
You
girl.
can give somebody genital warts. There's no cure for genital warts. There's no cure for herpes, for herpes simplex.
That's
Let's
true.
just be clear. Those are lifelong sentences. You could give somebody Hep C, and I know a couple people who had Hep C where It was a whole, thing that they had to do, and they didn't even know they had it. They had to have it, but transmitting it to other people, and they were like, "Yeah, we're gonna give you this, and the pills cost $1,000." I went with a friend of mine to go get treatment for that. They said the pills cost them $1,000 a pill. I said, "What?"
Dang.
I said, $1,000. They said, "Yeah, a bottle costs $30,000, and you have to get all kinds of paperwork." I said, "What the hell?" When I was in, we was in the it was in the pharmacist's office. I was having, and they were like, "Yeah, that's one thing that people always don't even know that's out there that's going around. That can be spread, transmitted sexually, and it is very
Yeah.
prevalent in gay men, Hep C and stuff like that." And I was like, I didn't even know, nothing about. I was looking like, "Ooh, let me go get that." I went in, I said, "Let me go to my doctor." I went to my doctor. That's like, "Can you test me for this? Because I don't want to work with it." And my daughter was like, "Yeah, I can take you. No, you good. You good over." I said, "All right, because I don't want to be taking
Cause
nothing from this."
child, it's a lot. It's a lot
But
of
my
other
point is
things
this.
that's out there in the world besides
My
HIV.
this, and this is not just for gay men. This is for all people across the board.
Hmm.
We know having unprotected sex for anyone can cause any level of things. So that read that you're giving to somebody about having unprotected sex should not just be for people who have HIV. Now, if you want to be the unprotected sex police, do that, but let it be equitable
Yeah,
across the board. Don't try to stigmatize, because you proliferate so many horrible things that other communities feel about our community. Why are we denigrating and castigating our own selves and putting our own selves down by proliferating and perpetuating these type of tropes and stigmas that people put on us, because it's not a gay disease.
that's true.
It is not a gay disease.
Yeah, so
And,
true.
and you
It's
know,
called human immunodeficiency virus. Human. That means anybody that's a human, honey. But hey, they don't see it like that.
there are people who got the disease that did not have unprotected sex. They may have had, blood transfer
Or
fusions,
born with it.
drug use, and all. There are so many different ways that people have gotten it, but you over here want to go. If you don't go sit down somewhere, if you don't go sit down somewhere. Anyway, I'm sorry, I had to go off
Maybe you're fine.
on my little sidebar, but so um, I'm sorry, I had to go back to my questions. Who from the first season do you wish was back?
Oddly enough, I would say either between Gerald and Jerome. Because despite their stigmatizing ways, I feel like they were great characters on the show. And I feel like if I would have had a chance to meet them and like understand why they were saying their HIV stigmatizing ways, I could probably help educate them and whatnot. So I feel like I didn't get that opportunity. But I would say either Jerome or Jerome.
Okay. Did you go to the Malik birthday party this year? Because the Malik birthday party sparked a lot of drama
Oh, I
last
was
season.
there.
You was there. Was there a lot of drama that came from the Malik birthday party this?
Towards the end,
Mm,
I would say I don't know if it's caught on film, but I would say this: there was issues about people paying for their food, and then after
oh,
we left
people
the
ain't have no
restaurant, we
money.
went upstairs. It sparked um, different altercations with different members of the cast.
The people is broke nowadays. The people ain't got the money to pay
No, it
for.
wasn't that. What it was, we was in a, I guess it was a white establishment, and they had to like put all the tickets on one card. So we didn't know that in advance. We just thought we'd pay for our own food. So people were trying to like link up and cash out certain people different money to pay put on the card to pay for it. And we didn't know that going into the restaurant. So we was trying to see who's going on what ticket to pay for the food. And then someone didn't pay for a drink or a meal that caused a whole confusion. It's someone at the time it did seem shady, but after they addressed it. I can understand that point of view. But at the time, it did seem shady. We was like, this is why I wanted my shit on my own card. They ain't use that type of words, but it was like, this is why I want to be by myself. And some of the
Well,
cast thought it was kind of shady.
why the production just say, listen, y'all just all send me this stuff. Production to pay for it. Y'all all send me, the stuff. Yeah.
That's a question you gotta ask production. I don't know
Hey, Josh,
why that
give me my,
was.
hey, so Jeff.
It's just we like it was difficult, and that whole thing started the pointing fingers. We saw everybody going at each other. We saw Jamie doing that, and Roll got his white shoes on the table.
When Ro was looking like a bottle of Pepto Bismol with that
I
pink
would call him
suit.
Pink Panther. That outfit was cute. He was Pink Panther
Bro,
to me.
that's what you said. Roche said my outfit was sickening. I was like, girl, I don't like the color pink. So I'm never gonna be
That's one of
okay.
my favorite colors. Green and pink are one of my two favorite
Green is
colors.
my favorite color. My favorite color is green. But pink, I'm not doing this. You better be an AKA raw here talking about I like pink and green. Child, those colors should not go together at all. Sure.
But yeah,
Anyway,
that has started the whole altercations where you have seen everybody getting to each other and Bryson doing his hand like this. So that dinner started all that.
mm, interesting. So this is where we go left on the show because this is the house of debauchery and we always go left. So you said earlier you were single.
Yes.
The people in the chat want to know first, how big is it? Secondly, are you offense, defense, or special teams?
So I'm verse
He's
and I'm
special
average.
teams, y'all.
I'm verse and I'm an average size. So
What does
don't expect
average
to get in bedroom and be.
according to scientific records, average size is about between 5 and 6 inches. And if you between 5 and 6 inches and as tall as you are, then we're gonna tell you to go somewhere and sit down and don't bother us. You're gonna be bottoming today.
I'm
Um,
say average.
what
What
is
you see in the bedroom is what you see. It's not. I
what is
know it's not five
average
or
to
six
you?
inches. It's not 5 or 6 inches. I say that, but it's to me it's average size. Some say it's bigger than what it is, but hey, I think it's average size. Ask Bryson. Bryson said he knows if you depending on your
Oh,
sign.
Bryson not seeing your meat. Bryson have been all up in your vaginas and slopping your knob or something.
Well, no, Bryson said he's a dickologist. So judging by your sign, he can tell you how big your dick is. And he didn't tell me my sign. He just
Wait,
said
how
it was
tall are you,
nasty.
sir? How tall are
Huh?
you? How tall
You
are
said
you?
what?
How tall are you?
6 feet.
6 feet. That ain't too tall. You know the girls that be real tall, they be coming up real short in the meat department. And I'm just saying. Yeah. Anyway, so I'm gonna have to ask Bryson because Bryson sound like me and him might be good friends because I could look at you and be like, this
Yeah,
person might.
Bryson, he's a dickologist, honey. Tell him your zodiac sign. He knows what your dick look like, how big it
What is your
is.
zodiac sign? Oh, you did tell us. You said you was a Scorpio, right? I got one of my kids is a Scorpio. One of my kids is a Scorpio, and
He a freak ain't
I mean he learned all of that part from me. But
he?
you got to train up a child in the way you
You
should go.
do. You have to teach him, honey.
Got to teach them, teach the kid.
Teach
Make
the
sure.
kids out here, honey.
Mhm. You know,
We do
uh,
it for the children.
but they do say as much as the reason that Scorpios are the way that they are is because if you are a Scorpio, 9 times out of 10, you probably were conceived around the time of Valentine's Day, which means that your parents are very traditional in the sense of, it's
Or
Valentine's,
freaks.
you bust out. Whereas the kids come out the polar opposite and be like, mm-mm, we here for all of it, any day of the week, every day, every day,
That
any
part.
time of the day, in the church pew, in the courtroom bench, all
In the
in
car, in the parking lot, sucking
in
dick.
the bathroom, on the plane,
In the
flying
park.
continent and stuff
At the
like that.
train
So
station.
just saying, just saying. So are you looking for love? What are you looking for? Because the people are gonna watch this and gonna want to say, "Oh, he's easy on the eyes. He looks real good. He has a little bit of intelligence on about him. He's well spoken." So, tell me how somebody has a chance. Do they have to be versed to get with you? Because that might be very important.
Preferably,
And
yes.
before you answer, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this all the time. People always say sex is the most important. Sex is very important to a relationship. Other than that, you are just a best friend, and I already have a best friend who's better at being a best friend than you are. So outside of without there being the sexual attraction, then you're just a best friend. I already have one of those. So that's why sex is important. So what do they have to be versed to get with you? Are you going to be a complete bottom or a complete top for somebody?
So I'm not in a dating scene at the moment, but if I was, in order to get with this, you have to preferably be a verse or a verse top or verse bottom. Have a sense of humor and be able to be able to play fight. I'm very rough. Um,
So you into that BDSM type stuff, choke a bitch out.
Sometimes like little chunk, little spit don't hurt nobody. Um,
Hmm?
I can be freaky,
Hmm?
so like 69 or
69 does not make you a freak.
no balling, but they have to be themselves and be consistently and authentically themselves. So if
Hey,
you're
Abby,
no verse and you shy, I can work with that. But just I don't like people just out there being abusive or being a bully because bitch, we gonna fight and that's not cute. So, but at the moment, I'm on a self love journey. I'm trying to figure out what Daryon needs or what he wants. So
how old are you?
yeah, I'm
How,
a whole lot of package to unravel right now.
how old are you?
I am 29. I just turned 29, October 23rd. Last year, my
Oh, you
20s,
are
honey.
October Scorpio. I heard that Scorpios don't respect October Scorpios. Like I heard that you have to be a November Scorpio for you to be really respect. Like I'm a Capricorn, and for us to really groove with you and respect you, see, you got to be a January Capricorn, and I'm gonna be like, all right, we in this together. When you're a December Capricorn, I'll be like, all right,
See,
cool.
this how I am with November Scorpios. I sometimes bump heads with November Scorpios. October
Everybody I know
Scorpios, we
that's
link
a
up, we
Scorpio is
cool with
a
each
November.
other. But
All
see,
my
my ex boyfriend,
friends
he's a
are November
January
Scorpio.
Capricorn, and he and I were cool. We see it for each other. I just don't see it for November Scorpio sometimes. My brother is a November
Every who
Scorpio.
just came in the chat is a November Scorpio. She is. She just came in the chat. My child, who I told you about, he's the November. No, he's a he's an October Scorpio like you. He's an October Scorpio. He's the 22nd of October.
He's a Libra then.
I thought that was a Scorpio.
So the
October
23rd starts
22nd is
Scorpio
it
season.
Scorpio?
And see, I was born on the cusp, so I'm a Scorpio with Libra characteristics.
When is your birthday?
The 23rd.
I thought it was the 22nd.
The
Wait,
22nd is Libra.
you sure? Because my friend that is born on the 22nd, he says he's a Scorpio.
Wait, let's he's a Libra with Scorpio characteristics. That means there was born on the cups as well. But I know on the 23rd, that's borderline Libra and Scorpio. Look it up.
Is there any BR Burns said what two people other than the cameraman that hold the boom mic that you'll see it for Devontae Collins would you kick off the show?
What,
If
two
you had
people?
two people, if you had to, you didn't have a
If I
choice.
had to,
Two
if I was
people got to be kicked
producer,
off.
if I had to kick somebody off, no shade, you guys. Don't read me.
Blue.
I have to kick Bryson off.
Oh, you say Bryson?
I love my girl. You said what?
You say Bryson is the freak. I'm here for the freak.
Yeah, but I would kick him off. I feel like he's got great things going on for himself, so I feel like he needs to venture out and do that. So I'm gonna kick Bryson off. And I'm gonna kick Malik off, and here's why. I feel like he's very good at being behind the scenes and behind the camera, and he's very talented, like behind the camera. So I would kick him off so that he could be use his talents where it's needed. It gives
The
somebody
people
else room
from
to like have the
season
spotlight
one,
sometimes.
the people like Malik. Malik is, the show kind of revolves around him. The people see it from Malik. How you gonna kick Malik off? He's the main
See, I,
character.
I like Malik too. We have grown to like each other, but I know where his head at and his heart at, and sometimes he has mentioned that he likes to be behind the scenes, behind the camera. So, and that's where his best work is comes from behind the camera. So I would kick Bryson and Malik off if I had to.
Joshua, you gonna have to red ball back. He already told us who he don't see it for, who he don't like, and who he got smoke for, and who need to come see him in these good streets. Okay, not streets, but streets with a K. SKRETS. Devontae Collins. He said, bitch, he don't see it for you. Bitch, he don't like you. Bitch, he got these hands for you if you want to come see him. Girl, what? Girl, that's what he said. I ain't saying don't get mad at me. Right, the people are over here in the chat like, wait a minute, Malik is the show. Malik is Carrot. He's the fan favorite. Everybody see it for Malik. You
He
can't kick
is a
Malik.
fan favorite. I would say that, but the show's not
Would he be a
revolving
fan
around
favorite
Malik.
this season? Do you think he'll be a fan favorite, or will you be a villain? Do you think that you will be a villain after this season, or will you be one of the fan favorites?
I feel I'll be a fan favorite.
Everybody
I'm
think they're.
very open and honest about who I am, and I'm very playful on the show. And I feel like people would like that. Someone who's real, who's talk about the dirtiest shit and don't give two fucks about it. And I feel like that's me. I can talk about the freakiest shit, the most positive shit. So I feel like I'll be a
Joshua,
fan
wait,
favorite.
hold on, Daria. Joshua, you know me. I'm always gonna ask these type of questions. We already asked these questions, Joshua.
What he
You gotta
asked.
go back and look at the red ball back and watch the interview. We already asked you that. We asked all of these questions. You know, I'm not gonna not ask these questions for y'all. Okay. Yeah.
But I feel like Malik will still be a fan favorite this season.
Yeah, y'all know we see it for Malik. Malik is, Malik is somebody who, from season one, people saw it for. They kind of attached themselves to, and I don't really think I saw it. If I didn't come into the show saying, "Oh, I'm here for this person." That I wasn't here for nobody.
Mm.
Boy, I see bullshit from afar off. Like it don't take me real long. I sniff it in there. Like, wait, there's bullshit around here. You know what I'm saying? And so I saw Jerome. Gerald, I think the problem with Gerald was Jerome instigated a lot of stuff. The reason I could respect Gerald was because Gerald was open and honest, and Gerald didn't hold no punch. Gerald said, "This is how I feel. This is what the fuck
Mm.
it is," and I can appreciate anybody who gonna come right out and be very upfront. They wear their feelings on their shoulder. They're gonna be honest. Jerome was cerebral about everything. He was calculated. He was Jerome was over there playing chess moves and stuff like that. And I could appreciate that too. Listen, as a cerebral person myself, I appreciate the game because I used to be watching Jerome, and I used to call Jerome out on his shit. Jerome, girl, I see you. I see what's happening here, girl.
I
Girl,
see what you're
girl,
doing, girl.
girl. I see what you're doing, girl. I still always say nothing beats sitting on lawn furniture in the middle of somebody's living room, scratching off $2 scratch offs. But then want to read somebody about their apartment. Girl.
Well, I will say this season, there's a lot of twists and turns. As far as last season compared to this season, there was like last season was like a straight shot. This season, you gonna get like this with different cast
Is
members.
there any does the relationship between you and Jamie, because you said Jamie was your friend before the show,
Still,
anything on the show make the relationship between you and Jamie, like, do some twists and turns? Does it
Mm-mm,
make you want to question that?
mm-mm. He and I, on and off camera, we still have a genuine friendship. Like we'll throw light shade towards each other, like bitch, bitch, bitch.
I
But
mean,
it's
but that's,
nothing like far as like,
your
oh,
friend.
this bitch said this about me. Yeah, I finna beat her ass. No, he like till this day, on and off camera, we still have a genuine friendship.
I'm gonna ask this question. Oh dear God, I didn't know we were going to take this turn. Can you not see the chat?
Uh-uh.
Oh, because you haven't learned StreamYard yet. On your StreamYard, probably over on the side, it should say comments, banners, and brand.
Oh, I see it. Okay.
Yeah, there's the chat. Mellow Drew said, "Would you be into golden showers if I asked and took it?" Child.
Long as you drink water,
Oh,
long as it's clean. I don't do golden shower if it's the pee is like musty or salty. It has to be clean.
I mean, but let's be clear. Pee, urine, by definition, has urea in it, and urea, the element of urea adds a certain odor
Mm.
to it. Doesn't necessarily add a color, but urea does add a certain smell or odor to it.
So I pleaded this before and swallowed pleaded this before, but the
But
nut.
semen and urine are two different things, though.
But what I'm saying is, it's. I guess when people drink certain items, and when it comes out, it tastes salty, bitter, whatever. What I'm saying
So
is,
you
because
tasted someone's urine?
I mean, sometimes I mean I have. I ain't gonna knock it. I think I did. I probably did. But what I'm saying is, for me, if you're gonna be giving me a golden shower, it needs to be.
No, the
I know
person
my.
said they wanted you
It
to
needs to
give you
be.
a shower.
I should not have no taste. If you're gonna have a
No,
taste to
no,
it,
no, no.
make it
They said
fruity.
that you were giving them a golden shower.
Huh?
They said you were giving them a golden shower.
Oh, oh. I don't mind getting no golden shower.
Mm.
Oh, yeah, I don't mind getting no golden shower.
These,
I'll make sure my urine is filtered.
these are exclusives you could only get over here because I'm only going to ask these kind of questions.
And I
Nobody.
do not mind answering.
Um, were you made like the good Lord made? Because somebody's gonna ask you, were you made like the good Lord made you, or did you let the people? Did your parents let the people slice you open?
Slice.
Okay,
I'm
he was
cut.
sliced open. He sliced open people. His parents let the doctors and nurses, brutalize him, and he wasn't made like the good Lord made him. Just this is for educational purposes. The people want to know.
Hey,
Mm. Do you have wait? So I'm gonna ask again. So you've never seen a single one of my reviews, right?
mm-mm.
Good. Oh, good. I can come into it with a clean slate. You don't have to feel like I'm some horrible person.
uh-uh.
Oh, oh man. You don't have to come into me like I'm some
Now I have to go look at
oh boy.
him.
Do
So I
I
can
don't
prepare
I
myself.
don't have a playlist. I need to create a playlist because I do have playlists for shows that I do. So I probably need to create a playlist for real life and philanthropy because I haven't created one yet. But I reviewed every episode and I reviewed the reunion. Uh, I'm the day one. Like, listen, I'm a day one. There's gonna be a lot of people reviewing the show now. Like, usually after season one of a show like this, you get a lot of people that will come on and be interested, and they'll start reviewing, and they'll start, you'll start get more eyes and stuff like that. But I go back to day one. I was in it before the first episode. So when the first episode dropped, I reviewed it right afterwards. So I was here for it since there. So I go back. I know all of the history, all of the drama. You can't try and sugarcoat nothing. You can't try and make something. I know all of the backstories and all the back, dramas and stuff like that. Even with I didn't know people had that much problem with Tristan last season too. Child,
I didn't know it until certain individuals told me about it.
Yeah, they had and when you watch the episodes, Tristan didn't bother nobody in season, but the people were like,
But
yeah,
it's
y'all
always been behind the
talk about
scenes that
stuff.
get you. People put on for the camera. They want
Mhm.
you to see
That's
what
what
they
I
want to see. But behind the scenes, that's what they get you. Gotcha, bitch.
yeah. But I'm pretty good at calling people out, even for the stuff behind the scenes. Like I knew Kerry was only on the show to get bust down by Malik. That-
BR Burns asked me a question. Do I have a degree? I do not have a degree, but I'm in school right now at Atlanta Technical College, getting a certificate in cybersecurity. I have one more semester. I'm done.
I know that's one of the things that you said that you were really big into cybersecurity and having a little my foot dabbled in tech and security.
Hmm.
Your focus and specialties within cybersecurity.
Hmm. So I was looking for a lucrative job, and when I researched about it, I'm like, well, this is something I can see myself in. And I took one of those career path quizzes, and it says I should do something with like businesses. And then when I saw cybersecurity, it would fell underneath business. So I was like, well, I was thinking about doing it anyway, so I did it. And then while I'm in school, I'm learning a lot that piques my interest more about cybersecurity. So I cannot wait. I have one more semester. I'm finished. Ugh. So hopefully, well, by next May, I believe, I will have my certificate in cybersecurity.
Right, certificate. I ain't mad at it. Listen, go and there's a lot of money in tech and cyber,
I
technology,
heard.
cyber security. That is, if you can get in, well, hell, shouldn't say this is not the beginning. We're well into technology, the tech industry and cybersecurity, but it's still they're still on an uphill climb,
Mm,
and so it's still a lot of money in it. There's still a huge demand, but a small pool of
yeah.
people who can truly get into it. So that drives um, the salaries up for those industries. So I'm here for it. I'm here for it. What else do the people need to know about Daryon that they don't know before we get into learning out? Because we're gonna get all of the mess. Listen, all of the mess, the foolala, the fuckery of Daryon, we're gonna get all of that in the show. You know what I'm saying?
So,
What is some of the good stuff that can help pad some of the times when the girl try to read you for painting somebody or something like that, on the show? And so I don't know, the people.
I mean, that's said on the show. I don't. That's something I'm very open and honest about. I do not like fleeting unless I'm going to have. Yes, I do not like fleeting. I think that's the devil.
I didn't
Is
know we.
when I
I mean,
used to
at
fleet.
least
So this
take,
is why I don't
do
like
you at
it.
least take pure? Do you at least take the pure for men pills?
Mm-mm. So this is why I said, "Hey, you asked me a question. I told you I'm open and honest." So
I
for
didn't even know
me,
we were going down this road, but we're here now. Go ahead.
so
Go
for
ahead.
me, I don't fleet no like this none of that because where I used to, and then my top would cancel on me. I'm like, bitch, I wasted all this time to clean myself out, and you gonna cancel on me? So I was like, you know what? From now on, I'm not doing that. That's the devil.
So are you a
Unless I'm
scat
going
player or
to a
something?
group session.
Are you in the scat play or something?
No. Mm-mm. I just don't like wasting my time. Time is valuable, and I like to waste my time. But unless I'm going to like a group session, I will clean myself
A
because
good
I plan
group
on getting
session
done
is
out.
good group sessions are very good, very very
So
good.
that's why the group sessions I will clean myself out. Pure for me is perfect. I'm gonna try it.
Cause then you don't have
Honest,
to
honest.
necessarily go. In.
People gave me a bottle before. I didn't know what to do with it, so I threw it away. I'm like, girl, oh, how this supposed to works?
Gosh,
I just
I got several extra bottles. When I see you on the 20, I could just bring you an extra bottle.
okay, but tell
I
me how to use it because I'm like, I'm just gonna. What am I supposed to do
I
with it?
mean, we'll talk backstage. I could bring you a bottle, girl, when I
Okay,
come on the Grand's
as long as
bottle.
you tell me how to use it, I'll
On the
test
side
try
of
it
the all things have instructions on how to use it on the side of the damn bottle.
out.
God damn.
I just saw the bottle. I heard about it. I'm like, girl, this is not for me. I tossed it. I said, girl, I just don't like wasting my time.
You don't wasted a good bottle of Fleet. I mean, a pure, not Fleet, a pure. Cause you,
I
uh,
feel pure. So when I do get my dick and something happens, usually the top, we will just wipe it off, laugh about it, and keep going. Shit happens. We all human.
apparently.
See, I don't. Some then when some of these bottles will be like, "Oh, I trust my body. Oh, I clean out every time." That's the bitches you gotta watch because I don't
But I
trust them
will
hoes.
say,
You never
when
shitted on
you-
somebody.
I mean, I
I
will.
admit that I have painted a few people,
When I
but
was very young, when I was very young, before because when I first started to have sex, I didn't
mm,
know about bleeding or whatnot, and I was taught. My roommate actually taught me about that. But I was having sex before that, and I knew my body well enough to know if I was having a bad day, I'd be like, "Yeah, you probably don't want to go up." You know what I'm saying? And I might be like, "Yeah," or before they would come over, I would go take me a shower. I would go do the finger test just to see, "Do I feel
see,
any?"
I do that.
And I'm like, okay, I'm good. I'm all right. You know what I'm saying? But and that was, but I've never, even before I started, trying to clean everything, I never did that because I knew my body and I trusted my body. So it's so interesting that you say that because I think I trusted myself and my body much more before I even knew
Mm-hmm.
about Fleet and what douching and Fleet was than I do now after I know everything. Like before that, I trusted myself and trusted my body enough to know that I could tell when I was gonna have an issue. You know what I'm saying?
So for
You know.
me, I like to eat what the hell I like to eat. And if I know I'm going to do something later on in the day, I would cut off my eating. So I would eat what I want at a certain time. So, okay, you should get some dick tonight, cut it off.
You got
And
that dick
then I will go home,
fast, and
flush it on out, take my shower, and be ready.
you go on that fast for some good dick. I know what that's about, honey. All
Now, some
bottles
people
of
do fast. I don't
that fast.
fast. I eat like a
I
buffet
mean, fast, no,
porn.
no, but you fast for a couple hours knowing this. I got this going on. Let
Hmm.
me go
Now, I
ahead.
used to do that, but not no
That's
more.
fast.
Because I like to eat. I'm not finna start myself in no dick now. That's just crazy.
Well, that's why I love my pure because I like to eat too, child. I need to eat, you know. So just saying. Anyway, but oh man, so if you get, and you know what's so funny about that, and having even when I was in a relationship, I have a high libido, so all my men knew that, and I always dated men that had high libidos too,
Mm.
and they were one to three times a day, and sometimes there's just not no time for you to be talking about like when you wake up and they be like, okay, I'm rolling up in here, you know what I'm saying?
I'm like,
You're
girl, you
not
sure?
hold on. Let me go take this 30, 45 minutes to go. No, baby, ain't time for that, baby. It's
But see,
time.
I give a disclaimer to my tops. I'm like, hey, give me a minute. This is what's going on. I did have ice cream or I had some chili or something. Let me at least poop
Are you
first.
lactose intolerant?
Huh?
Are you lactose intolerant?
Hmm.
Oh, dear God. And you got to mix it up. Boy.
So I disclaim first before I do anything. I say, hey, well, this is what it is. This is what it ain't. I will let them know, hey, I did not clean. But see, I'm the type of person, I know my body well enough that if I know I've had Taco Bell or some chili, girl, you're not thinking no dick. And if I do get dick, I make sure I use that bathroom at least 2 or 3 times a day, after day before I take my shower. 'Cause after I take my shower, I'm ready for dick. Whatever happens, happens. I let them know though. I do a disclaimer.
So
Hey,
you say that you're versatile. What happens when it happens to you? Do you get mad?
if the sex in the mood is right, wipe it off and keep going. I actually had it happen to me before. I just got paid before. But we all human. So when people say I don't like messed ups or if it if it happens, stop. No. We're human. Dick is not what's going to happen. So if it happens, it happens. Just if the mood is right. Now if you got a whole ice cream parlor on me, man, we gotta stop. if it's chocolate fudge everywhere, we gotta stop. But if it's just like a chocolate kiss, okay, we can just wipe it up, go in the bathroom, get some wet wipes, clean up real
Only
quick.
on my channel do we devolve into talking about a whole
I
fudge
am an open book.
a Hershey
You can
kiss.
ask me anything, I will tell you how I feel.
Hear
I'm
him.
an open
So
book.
apparently, just so the record reflect, Daryon is here for a Hershey kiss, not a fudge sickle.
Hey, say that.
Kisses, yes. Fudge sickles, no.
No ma'am. That's where I will pull out and go home.
Oh God. Oh God.
See, Josh, I learned how to dish properly. I dish when I go to group sessions. It's just when I used to dish before I stopped dishing. When I used to dish, people would cancel on me, and I don't have enough time to call somebody else over to finish the process. So I'm like, you know what? I can just go ahead, eat me some McDonald's, eat me some ice cream, and then that's
But you
it.
know you lactose intolerant. Why you eat ice cream and cheese and drinking milk before you know you're gonna have sex?
But
You
see, I do it early in
know
the day. So that way
what?
it be processed already throughout the day. When I, by the time I get home, I use the bathroom. It is out.
But you know you like. I'm not lactose intolerant at all. I can, but if I was lactose intolerant, I'm not gonna be going and having no dairy on the
See,
day
it's
that
all
I'm gonna
about
get
time
down.
frames. You gotta know the time frames you're supposed to do it. Now, if I'm going to have sex at 11 o'clock and I had milk at 9, I'm done fucked up. But if I'm having sex at 11 o'clock and
You
I
need to
had milk or something at 5, then
go
that's five
listen.
hour time
No,
frame. If it's
Daria, Daria, Daria. I
it
love you.
ha- it happens.
Daria, let me tell you, as a senior member here, someone older, just get you a bottle of Pure for Men. You ain't gotta
I would
worry
try it.
about all of that, and you ain't gotta even say, "Oh, girl, let me go." Girl, you ain't gotta worry. They have pills for that. Okay, now you already said you HIV positive. You used to taking a pill a day. You're used to that already. Girl, go ahead and get
I
you
would try. I'll
the
try
Pure
it.
for Men, and you will have. Girl,
So
you'll
what
find
does pray for men do?
what it does is, and
What
my
does it do?
doctor be like this. It acts like a sponge. So what happens is it just gathers all of the human excrement and get it all together. So what
Mm-hmm.
happens is when you go, and all of it comes out, and you don't be leaving no remnants. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
So that way you know when it's go time. Well, I'm good up in there. It's all
But
natural.
is it like do you supposed to take it once a day? Like is it
Yeah,
for
you take
certain hours? Like
there's
how
a
does it
rest
work?
you take of it. You could take two a day or one a day, depending on the person. But it's just really like extra. It has fiber and things like that in there, and
Oh.
it's all natural. What it does is, my doctor says it acts like it just gathers everything up at one time. So what happens is it really cleans out, everything, and when you go, everything comes out, and then after that, you're good. And a good doctor will tell you most times the colon or the area with which the penis enters is usually pretty clear until it's time to go. But what this does is it ensures that there are no remnants and streaks and all of that stuff that causes Hershey kisses and
Well,
stuff like
okay.
that.
I would try Pure for Men after you
Yeah,
explained it.
because you already explained that you ain't here for that. And girl,
I would try it. After you
I got
described
to
it and how it works, I'm
say,
like, okay, well maybe there's something I can
we'll
do. I
talk
can eat what I want
backstage.
and
I
still
might
take
have to
Pure for
bring
Me.
you a bottle. I might have to bring you a bottle um down to that down to the event on the 20th. All right, we about to get off here in just a second. I have taken up enough of your time. Do you have any questions for me before we get off?
Do I have any questions for you? How big are you?
I'm as big as my nose and not as big as my teeth. I will we'll chat in the DMs about that.
Well, all that I'm gonna say is when you do a reviews, just understand that shit happens. Just don't be hard on my fellow castmates. I can take it, but my fellow castmates, they be
Hey,
like,
no, listen, that I don't really. You get
"Well,
what
I have no
you
questions.
get
I
what
just
you
want to
get.
say
Now,
thank you for
the
this
season
event."
one, the season one people know what
What you
you know
give?
what I give. They already know how I am. They know what I give. Everybody gets some. Everybody gets some at some point. You know
Well,
what
I
I'm
will
talking
say
about.
this to the people who's viewing Real Life Philanthropy. We're having a youth summit on November 28th between 1 p.m. and 4 p.m. Go
It's
to
1:30.
our
It's 1:30 to 4.
Instagram at Real Life in Reality and click on the link or go to my webpage. I mean, my Instagram is right there. And the link is in my bio. And go ahead and register on Eventbrite. It's free too. So let's come out bringing kids. We have different workshops set up for the kids to learn about finances, learn about different things. So just come out and bringing kids and just have fun.
So that's November 28th. I believe it's 1:30 p.m. to 4 p.m.
Mhm.
East Point, Georgia, down there in south of Georgia.
I think it's College Park.
East Point, College Park, all of that down in the hood with our people. And this the cookout for us. It's
Yes.
a
And
good time.
tune in December 7th. I forgot what time, but tune in December 7th to catch our season premiere of Real Life and Philanthropy.
You heard it here first. Tune in season 2 starts on December 7th. I'm not sure what time, but probably sometime in the evening. And I will have a review sometime after that.
Yes, honey.
All right. Thank you so much for the
Thank
announcement,
you for
sir.
having me.
We're about to get off here and go to the after show, the after party, and all of that good stuff. As I always say to my subscribers and people in the chat, I love y'all. I love all y'all. Thank you all for being vocal, person, and active. Thank you for doing what you do. Thank you for any and all contributions that you make to the channel. It is much obliged and much appreciated. We are here. We love giving you great reviews and stuff like that. Stay right there, Daryon. We're gonna go to the after party. And
Okay.
until next time, that's all I got for y'all. Thank y'all for coming. Y'all drive safely, and we are going to